Okay, so when it comes to money, who actually wins? We're taught to think it's the person with the fancy degree, the one with the crazy complex spreadsheets. But what if that's all wrong? What if the biggest advantage you have isn't about what you know, but all about what you do? I mean, you've seen this happen, right? Two people, maybe they have the same job, same salary, start out in the same spot. But for one of them, life is just this constant struggle, like they're on a hamster wheel, always chasing the next paycheck. And for the other, money just seems to work for them. It gives them freedom. So how does that happen? Well, the answer isn't on a spreadsheet, it's inside our own heads. So yeah, let's start by trying to unpack that very puzzle. Why on earth can the outcomes be so different when the starting points are exactly the same? It really does feel like there are these two separate paths. You've got the person on the hamster wheel just running faster and faster and getting nowhere. And then there's the person who somehow found a way to have peace and freedom. And here's the crazy part. It almost never has to do with how smart they are. It just comes down to their behavior. A lot of us are taught that money is like this giant, intimidating rulebook. We think if we could just memorize every single formula and follow every expert's advice to the letter, we'd be totally set for life. But honestly, this whole idea that there's just one right way to handle money, it's probably the biggest myth in all of finance. Because here's the truth. That one-size-fits-all universal rulebook, it doesn't exist. There's only your personal rulebook, and it's based on your own unique story. And what's so freeing about that idea is realizing that what might be great financial advice for one person could be a complete disaster for someone else. Your own history, your goals, what you're trying to build, all of that stuff shapes the rules that will actually work for you. Think about it this way. For our guy here, he's young, he's got decades of work ahead of him. Taking some big financial risks could be a brilliant move. Why? Because he's got time on his side. He has plenty of runway to recover if things go south. For him, his personal rulebook should probably encourage a little risk. But now let's fast forward. He's older, he has a family he needs to take care of. Suddenly, that same risky behavior isn't smart at all. It's reckless. His life has changed, so his rulebook has to change too. It just goes to show you that what's smart with money is totally dependent on where you are in your own life. So, if everybody's rulebook is different, is there any principle that works for everyone? Well, yeah, there is one. It's the secret sauce behind almost all long-term success. The incredible power of the unstoppable snowball. You've probably heard of compounding, right? It's that kind of magical process where your money starts making its own money. It is, without a doubt, the most powerful force for building wealth. But it only works if you give it one absolutely crucial thing. It works exactly like making a snowball. You start small. That's your first investment. You give it a few good pushes to get it going. But then come the two most important steps. You have to protect it from falling apart, and then you have to just get out of the way and let time do its thing. Because if you can manage to not interrupt the process, that little snowball grows into something unbelievably huge, almost like magic. Your initial effort was tiny, but the result is massive. You didn't do all the work. You just let time do all the heavy lifting for you. So the math behind the snowball is actually pretty simple. The real challenge, the human challenge, isn't about growing it, it's about protecting it from the one thing that can destroy it practically overnight, us. Right? If this process is so simple and so powerful, why isn't everybody doing it? What are these things that get in our way and just completely stop that snowball from growing? The biggest dangers aren't hidden in some market report. They're staring back at you in the mirror. It's us. We panic when things look bad. We get impatient when we don't see results fast enough. And because of that panic and impatience, we quit way too early, blowing up the whole snowball just as it was starting to get some real momentum. And that brings us to the final and honestly the most important idea of all. If the biggest threats are all in your own head, then your real advantage with money has nothing to do with your IQ. It's all about how well you can control your own behavior. This is it. This is the whole game, right here. Success with money isn't a battle you fight against the market. It's a battle you fight with yourself. It's about having the discipline to stay calm when you're scared and the humility to stay grounded when you're feeling greedy. At the end of the day, the people who win with money aren't always the ones who got the most spectacular returns. They're usually just the people who stuck around the longest. They found a simple plan they could live with, and then they just didn't stop. They let their snowball keep on rolling. And that brings our character full circle. He's not scared of that huge, intimidating rulebook anymore. He confident with his own small, simple guide. A guide built not on some complicated math, but on the one and only thing in the entire financial world he can actually control: his own behavior. So I want to leave you with this one question. Forget all the complex stuff for a minute. What is the #1 rule you need to write in your own personal rulebook that's going to help you protect your snowball and just let it roll?